was 17, I ran away from home and from everything I had ever known. I was sick and tired, living in a town filled with narrow minds and hate. They used to laugh at me, their children called me names. I would run and hide, feeling so ashamed just for being born. I was just a boy, punished for a crime that was not mine. Life ain't so easy when you're a ghetto child. Oh, baby, life ain't so easy when you're...
Hello, 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 and thank you so much for tuning in to A Spoonful of Comfort. I am Claudrine Jackson. I am your host for A Spoonful of Comfort to remind you and me that in these trying times, we can be the comfort people. Thank you so much for tuning in to A Spoonful of Comfort. Thank you so much for donating to the Purvis Jackson Autism Foundation, which sponsors this show. The Purvis Jackson Autism Foundation is a 501c3 charity that helps lower income children with handicaps because my son has a handicap. He's 44 and he is handicapped by autism. You know, autism is a spectrum disorder, and my son is on the lower end of the spectrum, so he still can't read or write or live independently. So I know what these parents of children with handicaps go through. So I thank those of you who donated to the Purvis Jackson Foundation. We are also sponsored by Lemon Burn Stomach Fat Burner. You can turn fat into fit. So if you need a little help getting your stomach fat, turning it into fit, remember, Lemon Burn Stomach Fat Burner. Hopefully you are having a happy new year. There was a comic, and he said, well, New Year. And they said, well, isn't it supposed to be Happy New Year? And the other person said, well, I'm saying what I know it is, a new year, not Happy New Year. But hopefully you will have sunshine to greet you, adventures to meet you, and joy in whatever you do. May you have God's presence to guide you and good friends beside you and blessings all the year through. This is the year 2020, the year of new beginnings. And here I am at 80 years old. I, too, have a new beginning. I am going to start giving poetry readings for my poetry, and I'll be letting you know more about it when my new book comes out. And I'm hoping that some of you will not only attend the poetry readings, but that some of you will come and want to read some of the poems yourself. So I'll be telling you more about that as time goes on. I say this show is a spoonful of comfort. Everybody needs comfort at some point. Today, it's me. I need comfort. I got news in the middle of the night about my rental property being on fire. So I don't know how bad it is because I haven't been over there yet. I thought I'd come and do the show first. But I'm going to be sharing some of the things that give me comfort so that by the time I go to see what went on at this property, I will be uplifted and comforted. But I already know that it could have been worse because no one was injured, no one was hurt. So that's a blessing. I don't know what I'm faced with, but you know, one of the things about when you're in a disturbing situation, you get out of the disturbing situation, you do something to recharge your batteries, get uplifted, and then you can go back into the disturbing situation. So I want to share some of the things that comfort me when I'm going through something. Colossians 3:16 says, let the word of Christ dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to the Lord. So I'm going to share some of the spiritual songs that have always uplifted me. And one of my favorites, one that I has uplifted me and inspired me down through the years, and I'm sure you're all familiar with this song. The Lord will make a way somehow, like a ship that's tossed and driven and battered by an angry sea. When the storms of life are raging and the fury falls on me, and I wonder just what I have done that makes my race so hard to run. Then I say to my soul, don't worry, the Lord will make a way somehow. He always has and he always will. The Lord can make a way out of no way. You know, sometimes we think that the problem is so bad that it can't be solved. So I already know that the problem I'm facing can be solved, but it's a problem I don't want to face. But one of the other gospel songs that has helped me a lot is he picked me up and he turned me around and he placed my feet on solid ground, and he has done that for me again and again and again, and I'm sure he has probably done that for you also. Another one of my favorite scriptures is how I got over. And the scripture says, my soul looks back and wonders how I got over. But my soul doesn't look back and wonder how I got over. I know how I got over. With just what I shared with you in the beginning, psalms and songs and scriptures and things that help uplift you and fuel you and keep you going even when you don't feel like going. It is no secret what God can do. What he's done for others, he'll do for you. With his arms wide open, he'll comfort you. So it is no secret what God can do. And like I say, we never go through life with never needing comfort. We all need comfort at some time. Going up the rough side of the mountain. I'm going up the rough side of the mountain. I must hold to God's unchanging hand. I'm going up the rough side of the mountain, and I'm doing my best to make it in. But suppose you're going up the smooth side of the mountain. So maybe there's a reason why going up the mountain, you're going up the rough side. If you're going up the smooth side of the mountain and you make a misstep, then you're all the way back down to the start. So maybe that's why we're going up the rough side of the mountain. And speaking of mountains, I thank him for my mountains. I thank him for my valleys. I thank him for the storms he brought me through. Because if I never ever had a problem, how would I know that God could solve them? How would I know what faith in God can do? So there is a reason for the mountains. Keep the faith. He has worked it out before, and he'll work it out again. Keep the faith, because victory is yours. God is going to see you through no matter what you're going through. So we have to keep the faith. We have to remain steadfast and hopeful. Even in the worst situation, when you're at the bottom of the deepest pit, if you look up, you can still see the stars. Those of us who believe in the scriptures uplifting us and who believe in being strengthened and refueled and restored, because God restores us. You know, he restores our soul. The restoring scriptures are they that wait on the Lord will renew their strength. They will mount up on wings like an eagle. They will run and not be weary. They will walk and not faint. I'm going to take a short break. Please stick with me for more of A Spoonful of Comfort. Be back in a minute.
When I was 17, I ran away from home and from everything I had ever known. I was sick and tired, living in a town filled with narrow minds and hate. They used to laugh at me, their children called me names. I would run and hide, feeling so ashamed just for being born. I was just a boy, punished for a crime that was not mine. Life ain't so easy when you're a ghetto child. Oh baby, life ain't so easy when you're...
Hi, this is LaWanda.
This is R.J. Watkins.
Coming to you to bring you some information about the #1 detox in the nation, Lemon Burn. Lemon Burn helps to turn the fat into fit. It's for you, a happier, healthier you, because you know healthy is the new beautiful. An all-natural way to improve your health. It promotes a healthy digestive system, attacks and reduces belly fat, as well as gives you energy. Need to get yours today. Call 313-868-6612.
Don't forget to exercise and eat right.
107.3 FM, WVIE.
How would you like for this to be you? Well, it could be. If you have the desire to be an independent radio personality, paying yourself, this is your chance. WVIE 107.3 FM and WHPR 88.1 FM are looking for people with outgoing personalities who can attract sponsors. Launch your career on a radio station with the latest technology in broadcasting. WVIE 107.3 and WHPR 88.1. If you're into talk, R&B, oldies, jazz, gospel, or soca, Radio We Can See is where you need to be.
88.1 FM, WHPR.
Have your own radio show. Block time is available. Call 313-868-6612. Radio We Can See, broadcasting live in the Virgin Islands and Detroit. Find us on Comcast Channel 90 and worldwide on Fire Stick, Roku, Apple TV, and all of your favorite platforms.
I'm joined today by Maureen Taylor and Louis Pisker to let you know about a new financial empowerment center located in the Wayne County Treasurer's Office.
Do you know someone, family or friends, that need help with finances? Do you know people having trouble making ends meet, especially with property taxes or other payments? The Detroit Financial Empowerment Center can help. Treasurer Sabri invites you to visit the new Financial Empowerment Center, 400 Monroe, on the 5th floor in downtown Detroit.
We've partnered with the Wayne County Treasurer's Office and the City of Detroit to provide free one-on-one financial counseling to help you address problems related to utility bills, property or income taxes, credit repair, and other financial matters. Our professional counselors can also help you plan your monthly budget and increase your credit score.
This service is available to all Wayne County residents. For free and private financial counseling, contact the center at 313-322-6222 and make an appointment today.
When I was 17, I ran away from home and from everything I had ever known. I was sick and tired, living in a town filled with narrow minds and hate. They used to laugh at me, their children called me names. I would run and hide, feeling so ashamed just for being born. I was just a boy, punished for a crime that was not mine. Life ain't so easy when you're a ghetto child. Oh baby, life ain't so easy when you're...
And I did want to talk to you a little bit today, now that I've comforted myself somewhat, about how to treat people, about remembering that if you follow the golden rule, if you treat people the way you want to be treated, if you do unto others as you would have others do unto you. You know, some people believe in do unto others before they do unto you. But how to treat people, it's been repeated. It's in Matthew, and it's in Mark, it's in Luke, and I don't have the exact address of it right now, but you'll be able to find it. But Proverbs 16:24 says that pleasant words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and health to the bones. Pleasant words are a honeycomb, not only for the person that you're speaking to, but they're pleasant words for you. It's good for you. It's good for your own health, and it's good for your own circulation. It's good for your blood. It's good for you if you use pleasant words. And Mark 11:25 says, if you have anything against anyone, forgive him, let it go, so that your Father who is in heaven will also forgive you. So that's also in the Lord's Prayer, and it's in other places in the Bible, that if we want to be forgiven, we have to forgive. Also, another thing about how to treat people is you don't have to agree with everything everybody says, but you can agree to disagree. You can disagree without being disagreeable, and you don't have to see eye to eye to walk hand in hand. Pleasant words are a honeycomb. Positive energy. That energy, Philippians 2:13 says that energy is God's energy, an energy deep inside, God himself willing and working at what will give him the most pleasure. So I want to share with you a couple of poems that will be in my new book. And Peace on Earth is from the scripture, Luke 2:14, glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. And we're just past the holiday season. So peace on earth and goodwill toward men is something for us to remember. So this poem is called Peace on Earth, and it will be in my new book. Peace on earth, goodwill to all men. Now, we've heard these words again and again. Peace on earth, goodwill to all men. Will it ever happen in a world full of sin? Well, we have to have hope. We have to believe. We have to do our part so that peace we will see. Our Father in heaven, how sad he must be. If we need peace on earth, it depends on you and me. Now, there are some things we cannot do. It's out of our hands. But we can be good friends and be kind to our fellow man. It's time for us to shine, to help God with his plan, to love and help each other, and do the best we can. There are some things we cannot do to ease the pain on earth, but we don't have to add to it, because so much more than that we are worth. We can let the Christmas spirit last the whole year through. We can be the peace on earth. And that's easy for me and you. And I'm saying it's easy for me and you because if you're watching this show, then you're probably one of the peaceful people. So thank you so much for being one of the peaceful people. Positive energy, talking about pleasant words. I'll share my poem with you. It's not in the new book. This poem is in the old book about positive energy. How would it be if we could see positive energy? The energy that is the key to set us free and keep us young and well and strong and help us bloom our whole life long. Would it be bright like a light to help us make it through the night? Would it sparkle and shine like silver and gold? Would it reveal a lie we've been told? Would it help us not to guess if we should say no or yes? Would it soothe our spirit and dry our tears and help us wash away our fears? Would it lift us up above the fray and give us the strength to find our way? Now, I hope that you agree with me that positive energy is good to see. Now, I know that everybody can't always have positive energy, but if it's your main way of being, then it's easier for you to have positive energy. And if you do have positive energy, then you should. You know, those of us who can, we are the ones who should. And I want to share with you another poem about how not to be. This is a poem that's going to be in my book too. But my book is called The Butterfly, and I guarantee that you'll find something in this book that you'll like, because even people who don't like to read will like this book because it is poetry and a few articles. If you read the poetry, you can take 1 minute and sit down and read a poem. So I say even people who don't like to read will like this book. And even if you don't like to read and you get the book and you read it and you don't like it, let me know, because I have satisfaction guaranteed on this book. This is my 4th book. This is the first one that I've given you this offer. Satisfaction guaranteed, or you get your money back. I'll bet you will like it. There is something in here for everyone. And I want to share, I was talking about how to treat people. I want to share a poem that I wrote about how not to treat people. Now, this is not my story. It's my poem. It's an old story, and it's called The Snake. Now, I thought this was a story that needed to be retold. It was a song. It was a story many years ago. The snake. The snake couldn't slither. He couldn't hiss in his pit. He couldn't even hold his head up. He was sick. He was sick. He couldn't stick his tongue out. He couldn't rattle or roll. He couldn't stop shaking. He was cold. He was cold. He thought he was dying. And then an angel appeared, and she said, "I will help you, so dry up your tears." She picked him up gently and took him inside and washed him and fed him and stayed by his side. If it hadn't been for her, he would surely have died. She doctored and nursed him until he was fine. Then she said, "Let us celebrate. I will open some wine, and we'll drink a toast to you and to me, a toast for our future, how great it will be." So she gave him the glass, and he bit her hand. Through her shock and surprise, she said, "I don't understand. I helped you. I saved you. I sacrificed too. There was nothing at all that I wouldn't do for you. How could you hurt me? I thought we were friends." And he said, "You knew darn well I was a snake when you took me in." So that's one of the things that we have to be aware of. There are some snakes out there, and we have to recognize who the snakes are. And you know, Maya Angelou is the one that said, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. So if you know that someone is a snake, then you have to know how to treat them. I'm not saying don't deal with them at all, but know what to expect. I want to share the words of a song to you that my husband's group, the Spinners, that they sang, and it's called "I'll Be Around." And the words are, whenever you call me, I'll be there. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. Whenever you want me, I'll be there. I'll be around. And I believe that that's what God is saying to us. Whenever you call me, I'll be there. Whenever you want me, I'll be there. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. I'll be around. And remember, the best way to get a friend is to be a friend. The best place to find a helping hand is at the end of your arm. If you remember the words to that old song, "You've Got a Friend, just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again, winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be right there. You've got a friend. So can you be a friend? Are you the one who can be a friend to others? It's easy to tear people down. The reason that there are more people tearing people down than building people up is because it's easier. It's easier to tear people down than to build people up. So my last poem I'm going to share with you, He Who Holds the Future, when storms are raging around me and I'm drowning in quicksand and unhappy things are happening, things that I don't understand, when I don't know what else to do, I'll just do what I can. Because He who holds the future, He also holds my hand. I'll believe that God is with me every step of the way. If He brings me to it, He'll bring me through it. So in His care, I will stay. And I will face my future according to His plan. Because He who holds the future, He also holds my hand and your hand. And you can be a friend. And thank you so much for tuning in to A Spoonful of Comfort every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. right here on WHPR. And may you have peace and love and blessings throughout 2020.
When I was 17, I ran away from home and from everything I had ever known. I was sick and tired, living in a town filled with narrow minds and hate. They used to laugh at me, their children called me names. I would run and hide, feeling so ashamed just for being born. I was just a boy, punished for a crime that was not mine.